Let's talk about our most precious resource, water, and let's see what happens to our water after we use it. Let's think about what happens to the water when we brush our teeth, pour something down the commode, wash our hands, or after we shower or take a bath. So, where does that dirty water go? It goes deep underground through pipes to a facility just like this one called the Johns Creek Environmental Campus to get all cleaned up. This is JC, the wastewater drop. JC is going to take us through a dirty water drop's cleaning cycle. See all the dirty dots on JC when he first comes in to be cleaned? Let's see what all those dots are and what happens as he goes through the cleaning process. When the dirty water first comes in, it is full of things like trash, pathogens or germs, and bacteria and nutrients like phosphorus and ammonia. The turbidity or look of the water is cloudy and dirty. It also has solid things that have to be drained out, and debris like hair, plastic, and wood. It even has grit or stuff like sand, dirt, gravel, and rocks. It also contains a low oxygen level that must be fixed so fish can survive. Scum or oil and grease are also in it. So you can see why JC, the wastewater drop, is so dirty when he first comes here. Wastewater also has another important thing in it called microorganisms. Microorganisms are like bugs, and certain microorganisms or good bugs help us to clean our water. Let's learn about the wastewater cleaning cycle. When the wastewater first comes in, it comes in by gravity in pipes that are 60 feet underground. This area is where any large trash in the water gets cut up. Have you ever seen or used a strainer? After the pipes, the water goes through a series of strainers, which are called screens, to catch even more things. The screens move around and have very small openings to catch larger objects. The material that is caught is washed and put into a dumpster. After the screens, the water goes into chambers and something like a whirlwind happens, and heavier things like grit, gravel, and sand are forced to the bottom, while the cleaner water keeps going. See, after the large trash has been chopped up and strained out, and things like grit, gravel, and sand are almost gone, JC is getting a lot cleaner. So now let's see what happens next. Primary clarifiers are water tanks that make heavy things go to the bottom. The heavy things that fall are scraped to one end and pulled by chains. There is also a greasy layer on the top, which is pushed away by water sprayers. Too much phosphorus in the water is not a good thing, so we must take some out. Remember we talked about the good bugs? During this process, we use a concept of activated sludge, or the good bugs, and they have a party. And this is where the good bugs eat up their dirty stuff. Then chemicals are turned into other chemicals and end up as gases in the air and are sucked out. When the bugs have their party, they also eat up bad stuff like phosphorus and actually help clean the water. Well, just like us, after we eat too much and dance a lot, We get tired and sleepy, and so do the bugs. So some bugs go to sleep, and others go back and keep partying. They are recycled and continue to help us clean the water. Can you do a bug dance? One of the main places here that the water goes through is called the membrane bioreactor. Can you say MBR? The membrane looks like spaghetti, and water is pumped through them to stop any dirt or bad things from getting through and allows only clean water to pass. The clean water is called permeate. Can you say permeate? And just to make sure the water is really clean, it then goes through what is called a UV light. The UV light looks like the lightsaber lights in the Star Wars movie. Although nearly everything has been cleaned out of the water, this is done just in case anything got through. So after the bug party and the MBR and UV lights, JC is all clean and ready to be sent back to the river. Oxygen is put back into the water for the fish and other wildlife, and the clean water is returned to our Chattahoochee River. The pipe where the water comes out is deep underwater, so you can pass over it without even knowing where it is. And guess what? The water returned to the river is cleaner than the water in the river. So now that you know what all goes into cleaning our wastewater, will you pledge to help your family think about what is put into our water systems that has to be cleaned out at some point? Our water is our future.